This guy was quoted as saying, "How could he do that to us? We helped him to get up there. And now he's doing this to us." So anyway, there are going to be other cases that are going to be decided, and we won't have the president won't have the luxury of waiting until after the election, so we will see. And I think that this erosion on rights will continue. Now that I hope you understand what I meant when I said that these issues are political, that you will understand that just as the law has been transformed this time, it can happen again. And the signs, whether it's the economy or whatever, makes it more and more possible to have it happen again in the long run, because Supreme Court appointments are made one appointment at a time. And it takes a while before you can consolidate a majority. It took a while for it to go this way. It could take a while to go the other way. But it has to start and stop somewhere. So what is needed at this hour is the consolidation of the new majority. U.S. voters are usually apathetic and uninformed, even in election years, and politicians count on that. What they usually say is that you, and the pollsters tell them this, and there are media guys, that you can never underestimate the intelligence of the American electorate. That, level your campaign at the lowest intelligence level. Don't underestimate. You can never underestimate their intelligence. Now, you can overestimate it. And just keep it simple, stupid. It's a favorite phrase used in the art. Voter turnout was 63% of the electorate in 1960 and only 50.2% in 1988, and off-year elections are even worse. This year, the Democratic Party places hope in the economy. I don't know whether that's going to work, because Republicans are great with public relations stuff. They can probably make a worker who's just been laid off for the first time in his life believe that it's morning again in America. I don't know. But whatever happens politically, all I want you to understand is that how rights will be defined in the short run has already been settled by the makeup of the sitting courts, and that isn't going to change. And that it can change again. And that for now, one has to hope to use the legislative process if you are concerned and if you don't like the direction that the court is going in and how rights are being interpreted. And that will have to happen until there is a new majority. And so I ask, will our concept of rights focus again on the protection of those who've been left out, the excluded and the accused and the dissenters? Or will such ideas only become distant, vague notions consigned to the dust heap of our memories? It depends on what we think and what we do. It is up to us to avoid ignorance and misunderstanding and recommit ourselves, if we believe in this, to an expanded notion of the Bill of Rights that would promise to attain liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Questions now? Who's in charge? Do we have questions, Pat? Is that what happens now? Okay, yes. Sure.
It seems like since the war period in 1987, there's been tremendous criticism from all sides about the process by which judges Supreme Court justices are appointed. And it seems to come from all sides of the political spectrum. Some say it's too political, some say it's not political enough. I guess my question is two-part. Do you think the process is, at fault? And what do you think would be a better process if you think it's at fault?
There's nothing wrong with the process. It's the people. It's the same process we've had all the time. We have, unfortunately, you have in the Congress, in the Senate, and the Judiciary Committee in particular, you have people who are afraid of their own shadows on the Democratic side, for all kinds of reasons, which you saw that in the Thomas hearings. Biden was afraid somebody was going to mention his plagiarism. And Kennedy was scared somebody was going to mention Chappaquiddick. And, nobody knew what anybody was going to mention. Could you turn off the tape now? I don't want to take the Q&A. Thank you.
You are all invited.
At the tone of the beep, the lecture will be over. Beep.